I'm going to play with you, Gavin, aka Chicago Geographer, and you've decided that we're going to play a cooperative game. So I'm going to make you guess, but you're not going to be able to see my screen. I have to make you guess based on my description of the image, and you have to tell me where we are as closely as possible. Maybe not pinpointing, otherwise we're going to spend the entire night because I may not describe well enough. And I'm going to resist the temptation to give you details that I'm already familiar with, like license plates. I'm going to let you ask me questions. Otherwise, I may give you too many details, and then it's not going to be obvious how you're shining at this game. So you're telling me you want to play which map?
I think Arbitrary World would be fun.
All right, Arbitrary World. Why that one? I don't even think I know this one.
Yeah, for some reason I have this affinity for this map. I just like that it's a huge computer-generated map, like just tons of locations and
correct. 100,000 locations, well. Only official Google coverage. You're correct. Computer-generated, NMPZ friendly. How do you want to play? Do you want to play NMPZ or do you want to play? How do you want to play?
Maybe we could try like one no move and one NMPZ and see how that goes.
So one no moving. Let's do this one. No moving, but panning and zooming, and then we'll try afterwards. Well, we'll see, because maybe it's going to take way too much time. So maybe we'll only play one game. You'll tell me. All right. I think I'm ready. Okay. So we can start the game, or I can start the game. And all right, I'm going to start describing what I'm seeing. Car driving on the right. It's rural. We have these high, oh god, I don't even know how to describe the trees, high trees which look like pine trees. No, it's not pine trees, it's like Christmas trees. I don't know how to describe them. I'm sorry in English, I'm terrible at describing vegetation. The road is completely straight. Road lines in the middle, you have a continuous yellow line, but next to it you have dashes which are white. And the side road lines are completely white and continuous.
Interesting. All right.
The car seems like a small car. License plate seems white. It's from a distance. I cannot move any pan and zoom. It seems completely white. I cannot tell you if it's squarish or long, like in Russia. I cannot tell for sure if it's probably not Russia in any case. I said I'm not going to give you hints, but no, I should not tell you hints because actually it could be. No, I don't think so. And I think in the distance I see. I'm not certain, it's very blurry, but I think I see on the right-hand side of the road, I see a triangle, or I think it's a triangle shape for a road sign, and that's yellow. It's definitely yellow. I don't know. I can't see if it's square or triangle shaped.
Okay.
What?
Ooh, okay. Is it like a sunny day or is it cloudy?
No, it's cloudy. Completely cloudy.
Okay.
Yeah, cloudy, gray. The road is very straight.
And you said we have pine trees next to us?
Yeah, it's pine trees.
Okay, interesting.
It's very green. It's very dark green.
Yeah, because with the road lines you described and then the cloudiness, I was sort of thinking like Uruguay maybe, but I'm not sure if the trees would fit.
No,
but everything else seems like that.
We have utility poles. Hang on, you have utility poles. I didn't notice them because they're wooden and round. And the road seems very clean as well.
Okay.
I'm not certain, but I believe I see a birch tree as well. I think I see one. Yeah, I think it's a birch. Okay, clearly the trunk is white. It's not very close to me, right? It's quite blurry, but it's white in color with like patches of black on it, and the leaves are yellowish green, right? So it's a birch tree.
Okay.
So, and I don't see mountains, by the way. It's quite flat, slightly hilly.
Okay, maybe could it be Finland then or something?
It could be.
That tree. Yeah,
I see a random little house in the behind trees, but it's very difficult to see if. It seems small. I don't know if it's a house or a hut. I can't see if it's dark red or dark brown. It seems very small. And honestly, on the license plate, I do not see any blue strip on the left-hand side. Right, it's clearly completely white.
Okay.
But the birch tree, I think it's clearly. I think it's I'm 99.9% certain it's a birch tree that I see there.
All right.
That's why your Finland guess, I think, is a better one than Uruguay. Oh, there's another one. Hang on. There are a bunch. Yeah, birch trees, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then Finland I think would sound better.
Okay, you want me to go to Finland?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay. Let's go to Finland. Where do you want me to go in Finland?
Maybe a little bit north, like slightly above the middle of the country.
All right. So Jyväskylä, do you know the name? Right in the middle?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Okay. I'll press guess. Ready? Don't be too
right.
nervous. It's my pod description. And you are correct. We are
let's go.
160 kilometers, so 100 miles away from the actual destination. 4,587 points. Congratulations.
Nice.
You scared me with Uruguay, but it's my terrible description. But I know where you're coming from with the road lines and the way I was describing them. But they're literally this way. You'll see this in the video if you want afterwards. Let's do a next round.
All right.
Okay. We are driving on the left-hand side. We're likely in Africa because of the skin color. And we are on the back of a Street View car, which is, I know which country it is, but I'm trying to make it a bit more interesting for you. So the Street View car is gray. It's like this pickup truck. It does not have a snorkel, this one. But it's a pickup truck driving on the left-hand side, and it's gray, silver gray. The license plate, I see one car from the back. It's squarish, and it's yellow at the back.
Okay.
It's quite flat. We have palm trees. Not only palm trees, but we have a bunch of palm trees. Soil is reddish brown, more brown than red. It's just like a bit of a patch of reddish thing. We have your utility pole, which is cement, and it's round. It's a bit of a T shape at the top. Yeah, it's a T shape.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely thinking Kenya. And you said we have palm trees?
Correct. We have a bunch of palm trees, not everywhere, but I would say like 10%, 5 to 10% of the trees I see, 10% are palm trees. The rest are just, it's difficult to describe, just indeed tropical kind of trees.
All right. Can you see which direction the road is going?
We are going, so let me go down on the road. I don't see any road lines, but we're going northwest.
Okay.
Sorry, northeast. Oh my god.
Ah.
We're going northeast, and it's completely straight, the road. There's no bend, no curve that I can see for either direction, for probably something like, I guess, something like almost a kilometer, maybe half a mile, where it's completely straight.
So
go ahead.
What I'm wondering is we could be on that road a bit north of Mombasa, near the coast. Because I think it goes northeast there.
It goes northwest. Oh, sorry, going out of Mombasa towards the north?
Yeah.
But not still in the city or outside of the city? Outside of the city, right?
It should be close to the coast, I think.
Close to the coast. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a river. Okay, got it. Should I validate the guess?
Yeah, I feel like if we have palm trees, it's maybe could be that coastal, and the road direction seems.
Yeah, that makes. Maybe. I think that's fair, and any indication around the Street View car that can help.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not for me at least.
Okay, no, because I there's the obvious one with the little snorkel thingy, which it doesn't have this one, but it's the other car. But I don't know where it is in the country. All right, I'm gonna press guess. Are you ready?
All right.
Okay. You were excellent. It was indeed along the coast. I was way too close to Mombasa. We were 76 kilometers away from the actual spot. 4,800 points. Amazing. Nice. Amazing. Wow. Okay, you scare me, but you make such an amazing guess in the end. But it's just me being nervous. Okay, great. Amazing. All right, next round. I believe we have... Oh, God, I can't see if it's a long antenna for its average length. It's not a short antenna for sure. Sun is pointing to the south on my compass. We have European type of vegetation, for lack of a better word. Road lines are completely white, so continuous on the outside and dotted, how do you say dotted? Like non-continuous in the middle. Driving on the right-hand side. I believe I see a blue strip on the left-hand side of the license plate, but it's too far away.
Okay.
And it's very dense, the vegetation. Oh, and there's something that may help. We have a rift in the sky.
Ah, all right.
and the antenna is, I'm telling you, it's like the half length of the full length that you can sometimes see. And you can see some coil, going around the antenna, like this. I don't know if it's like the radio signal or something, a radio cord going around the antenna.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you think we have a blue strip maybe on the plate?
I can't be certain. I'm giving this a 60% confidence.
Okay. All right. I guess Albania would come to mind then.
Okay.
With the blue strip.
Yeah. So I'm saying yes, not because it is. I don't know yet. Just to describe it more, it's completely dense, right? It's completely green. There is barely no. Oh, I see a road sign at the very end, but it's not going to help. It's just like not allowed to overtake. But I can't see really what the quality of the road sign. But it's completely dense. Like there's no gap in the vegetation. We're just on this, and the road is very good, by the way. Seems surprisingly good to me. Again, not to throw you off, because I do think you're in the correct area, but it's actually in very good condition in this part. So Albania it is?
Yeah, I guess maybe find some sort of like forested area or something.
Okay,
but,
where
I wouldn't be sure on the region.
Where about in Albania would you say?
Just to hedge our bets in case it ends up being Montenegro, maybe go north of Tirana.
Okay, that's what I thought you would say. So I have a protected landscape here. We're driving south, the southeast. Okay, I found one which is close to Montenegro, south of the lake. You know the lake that is across both countries?
Yes.
There's a lake. Should I go south of that in the national park? Very close to the border? Yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's see. It was Montenegro. It was northern Montenegro.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We're not far away. It's as good as the first guess. You're 149 kilometers away from the actual spot. Thankfully, it's not a huge country. So 4,614 points.
Not too bad.
Oh, yeah, not too bad. We're losing the country streak, but it's not too bad. All right, next round. Okay. Sun compass is pointing to the south. I'm going to see here. We're in this... God, it's difficult to describe, actually. See a bunch of houses. They're triangle... All the roofs are, this triangle shape. They all have an extra... So they have the ground floor, and then they have an extra floor on top. It's very flat. It's cloudy. I cannot see any license plate of any car. Vegetation feels European or Northern European. We have one Christmas tree looking tree. We're in this like residential area, and there's not much around except just a bunch of houses next to each other. There is no fence between them. The lawns are very flat, and the houses are virtually all the same, although they're painted in different colors. So you have a pale blue, pale beige, and then another pale gray, and then a beige again. The roofs are either gray or darkish red, and they're all really the same architecture. And it's like the architecture, let me describe this to you. They're all of them, if I'm not mistaken, they're these horizontal, slats, from the bottom to the top of the roof, and all one straight go, and then you have windows, cutting through them. And anything else I can help with? We have a lamppost, but I'll shut up. Maybe you have questions. I don't see anything with a Street View car, by the way. Maybe a slight tint of blue. Oh, there is a tint of blue.
Would you say it would be then Generation 4 coverage?
No, it actually has a halo. So I think that's Gen 2, correct? If it has a halo at the top.
I see.
I just noticed it.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And you have, so it's not exact, I think it's the back of the Street View car, although the blue that I see is mostly at an angle. So it's like the corner of the car, and I see it's blue. It's like distinctively blue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see you said you saw like one Christmas tree looking
tree, and then the rest is just like bushes, but like European bushes that you'd find anywhere, honestly, in Europe, Northern Europe.
Okay.
I would say.
Northern.
Yeah, it's completely flat, by the way, right? It seems to extend. No, actually, no, it's a building. It's like, I mean, the road I'm on is completely flat. Like, there is no mountains, no hills, nothing nearby. Seattle's quite. You would think it's quite desolate, but it's not. I can't be certain, right? We're in this residential area, and what would you say?
Yeah, I guess I'd maybe lean towards possibly a Baltic state or something to that effect.
So let me see the utility poles if I can see them.
Oh yeah.
I don't see any A-shape utility pole. I see them wooden.
Okay.
But I don't recognize the usual ones that you would see in either Lithuania, Latvia, or Estonia. You know, where they are quite distinct in terms of. Oh, hang on. There's one thing I can tell you as well. Oh, interesting. Hang on. I'm trying to see if it's a common pattern. I don't know if it's all of them, but two houses are on very small stilts.
Ooh,
very small stilts. You know, not like the ones you'd see in Cambodia. Obviously, considering the type of architecture I've described. And I think other ones are probably also on tiny stilts, but it's covered but with some mesh in front of it. So I think they're all the same with these little stilts.
Wow. Okay.
Well, how can I describe things differently or better so you have a better picture, mental picture of what I'm seeing at the moment?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You said we had dashed like central white lines on the road?
Have not said anything about the lines because there's no line whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no
I
paint.
might be thinking of the last round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, it seems it has rained. Like, it seems very green, as if it has rain. It rains often.
Okay.
The road is not in a particularly great shape, but it could be also due to the weather, right? It could be snow. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's residential. It's like the houses are clean. They're like stately, in the sense like quite big and clean on the outside. There's not like run down in any way, but the road is like in less good condition and a bit wet, and the green grass is very green. The lawns.
Okay, and you said, so it was Generation 2 coverage, right?
There's
so then it can't
distinctly a halo in the sky, like this halo.
So then yeah. Can't be one of the Baltics. Ooh. I wonder if it's ever. Like. Man, that's a tough one. Could it be Denmark or something around there? I'm not sure. Man.
What else can I tell you?
I'm not sure, honestly. Any like signs, mailboxes, things like that?
I don't see mailboxes. I what I see is, I don't know if it's weird. It's like every house has a box at the front, but it's not a mailbox. It's like, it looks like a container, a small container where maybe it's the trash, where they put the trash in this. It looks like a box, like a rectangle box, like a big one, that you would open the lid off. So I suspect it's where the trash is put. And everyone has the same, but I don't see any mailboxes. Very weird. Where are the mailboxes?
Wow.
And most of the houses have, you have to take little stairs to go to the entrance, actually. At least the ones I can see.
Okay.
There's a flight of stairs, because it's on stilts, right? So you need these stairs.
Man, yeah, I guess my best idea right now is something like Denmark, Belgium, Netherlands. Yeah, I'm not sure though. This is a tough one.
Where do you want me to go? Do you want to hedge?
Let's hedge the Netherlands. I don't think it can be there. But
I don't think it's the architecture. Do you want me to give you a hint? A hint. With all due respect, because I could be completely wrong. Do you want me to tell you what I'm thinking it could be? And you feel free to ignore. I think it's Iceland.
Oh, interesting.
I'm thinking the architecture is Icelandic. I am not certain. These stilts are very surprising to me, but I'm thinking it's very wet and snowy. And that's the reason why they probably have things on stilts and why the road is not that great. But I cannot see any license plate or anything else.
Yeah, so... Yeah, I guess I like the Iceland idea, but if it's Gen 2, then we can't.
No, it's not in Iceland?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can
Maybe
distinctly
what would be
see this
similar?
line in the sky, right? Like this halo, this circular separation in the sky where there's different in lighting because of this halo.
Mhm. Okay.
I hope I'm wrong, but no, I can really see this line in the sky.
Oh, maybe maybe something like Norway? You know, something else like.
Yeah, but it's not mountainous
Similar-ish?
at all.
Oh, right.
I mean, it can be Norway, right? Then I guess the part around Oslo.
Yeah, maybe just. Yeah, this is tough.
I see a satellite dish and it's quite horizontal, to be honest. It's not at all vertical. It's like pointing almost horizontal.
Wow.
I see
okay.
one of them. Yeah, horizontal.
Hmm.
Can I see another one? Oh, I see other ones here. Yeah, they're completely horizontal, even like pointing down slightly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're almost pointing down. I see 4 of them there. I don't know, there's 4 on one roof. Bit surprised. Oh, no, sorry. It's the same one repeated because of the duplicate Street View image. I'm dumb. All right.
Okay.
What's your final guess, sir?
Oh man, let's. You know what? Let's maybe try a flat bit of Norway, like
A flat bit of
around
Norway.
Oslo or something.
Okay, around Oslo.
I'm not sure on this.
No, that's a fair bet. All right, so north of Oslo a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you tell me. Where do you want me to put it? East, west, south.
I like north. Yeah,
Okay.
that seems good.
All right, let's go for it. And you will not believe it. We are all completely wrong.
Oh no.
We're not even on the correct continent. If I tell you Inuvik, Inuvik, do you know where this is?
That's in the Yukon, right? In Canada?
It is Canada.
Northwest Territories?
It is in Northwest Territories.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
wow.
God. That makes so much sense thinking about it. Wow.
I guess you know better
Wow.
because it makes sense to me after the fact, but I had no idea about the generation coverage. That's why you dismissed my Icelandic suggestion. But we're on the wrong continent here. I wonder what I could have said differently to make you guess this. I wonder if the satellite dish would have been a giveaway because I found them so horizontal, almost like pointing down, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's the reason why it was so much north. Don't you think?
That does make a lot of sense. And I think what I failed to consider, like how you described the houses with the horizontal siding.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds
Okay.
North American more.
Got it.
Yeah, I should have thought about that.
All right. Well, we're 5,000 kilometers away, 266 points. We managed to avoid the 0. But that was an
right.
interesting one. I like to.
Oh, yeah.
At least it's challenging for you, right? You have to have a mental picture. I think this one's going to be much easier. The next round, final round. Sun is towards the north on my compass. We have a black Street View car, dashed lines, not dotted. That's what I was looking for. Dashed lines in the middle, yellow. Side lines are continuous and white. We're driving on the right hand side. We have a pole street sign on the side of the road, which is black and white. So it's this alternate colors, black and white. And the sign itself is yellow. It's diamond shaped, just with a signal of it says an arrow on a diamond shaped yellow street sign. And the pole itself is squarish and alternating black and white. We're in the middle of the mountains. It's completely rocky and very short grass on the mountain. It's either rocky. I mean, not rocky like boulders. It's just the side of the road because they had to cut through to put the road, and otherwise it's like low grass that you can see there. Utility pole is wooden and circular, and you have one electricity line running along it, and that's about it. Actually, there's no other car.
Okay. So, are we in like really big mountains, or would you say it's not that mountainous?
No, it is definitely mountainous. How big, it's tough to know because we may be already quite high, but I don't know. Right, we're climbing up in the mountains still, so it could be. Yeah, it's certainly mountains. Right, we're not in the hilly area. We're in the middle of mountains. We could be very high up, or we could be at the start of the mountains or a canyon. It's tough to tell.
Okay.
But there are no trees,
so then,
right? Like there's no trees, none whatsoever. Like nothing, no bushes, nothing. It's completely like low grass and the street sign that I've indicated, or the road sign I've indicated.
All All right, yeah. So then the street sign should put us in Peru, and then if we have no trees at all, I'd want to say we're pretty high up in the mountains of Peru. So maybe somewhere towards the center of the country, a bit northeast of Lima, possibly.
All right, I see Huánuco. I see what you mean, and I do think it is indeed Peru with road sign I've described in the street view car. So northeast of Lima, but all right, not all the way north in the country, right?
Yeah, where it's still mountainous.
Where it's still mountainous.
Yeah, not where it gets green on the map, right?
Sorry, not where it's green, right?
Right. Yeah.
Not the Amazon, but hang on. Okay, I don't know how much north you want to be. Like, let's say we have Lima in the center of Peru, right? And you have the north, the border with Ecuador. How much between Lima and the border you want me to be? 1/3 of the way, 1/4 of the way?
Let's say, yeah, maybe 1/3 north.
1/3 north? Okay.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Let me go in this area, which is not too green and clearly mountainous, and let's guess. It was actually south of Lima. You're correct with Peru. We were, let me see. Where is Arequipa? I can't see Arequipa. Oh, no. We're between, basically, if you have a triangle between Lima, Cusco, and Arequipa, we're in the middle of that triangle, roughly. Lima, Cusco, Arequipa. Right, so it was actually halfway between Lima and the border with Bolivia. Not too bad. It's 675 kilometers, so that's about 400 miles. 3,474 points. The summary is 17,000 points, but I guess we had this dreadful round 4. But that's not too bad.
Yeah, otherwise, I think that was pretty good.
That's not too bad.
Honestly, I'd be okay doing another, but yeah.
You want to do another one? You want to do NNPZ?
Yeah, honestly,
and see if we can beat that number? Okay, let's do this. Great. I love doing this with you. I mean, you're a great player, and you're asking good questions. So let's do this one again. All right. So no panning, no zooming.
All right.
Let's do
try.
this. Start game. All right. No panning and zooming. I'm gonna have to do this right on my screen to zoom with my eyes. Okay. So we're driving on the left side of the street. I do think I see. With my old eyes on a utility pole, these distinct vertical yellow and black stripes about 1 meter from the ground around the utility pole. We have mountains also on one side of the image at the very least, and that's pretty much it. And the vegetation looks the kind of vegetation you would find in Europe, like Central Europe. I don't know how to describe it. It's like bushes. And yellow lines are in the middle, and definitely driving on the left side, not because I can see a car, but because there's an arrow on the left-hand side. I don't see any script or anything. What else can I tell you? Any questions you may have?
Yeah, could you describe the striping you saw on the pole again?
It's far away, but I'm pretty certain I can see it as being vertical yellow and black stripes going around the pole.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And you think we're driving on the left side?
Certainly driving on the left side, yes.
Okay. Then I maybe would lean towards Japan with that pole.
Yep.
And left drive.
Yep.
Is it mountainous, hilly at all, or can you not tell?
It's a small mountain on one side of the image. On the southern side of the image, we have green mountains. They're completely covered with maybe trees. It's hard to tell. But they're not hills. Like it's in between. It's like small mountains. Okay. On the left hand side, I cannot see because it's covered with greenery, which seems like, as I said, standard. I guess North America, like North United States or Central European vegetation, and I do not see any red arrow pointing down, the kind that you would see in Hokkaido, right, in Japan.
Right. Okay. Yeah, my mind goes to Japan, but that's probably my best idea.
Where would you want to go in Japan?
Probably hedge it around Nagano on the map.
Nagano, okay, got it. I got Nagano here. And yeah, we can have, anyway, there are mountains everywhere, I'll guess. And you are correct with Japan, but it is actually all the way south, very close almost in the city. That's very surprising. Of Fukuoka. Do you see where this is?
Oh, interesting.
Fukuoka. Yeah, I'm very surprised. To be fair, very often with Japan, I hedge because if I put north, it's south, and if I put south, it's north. So in this case, it's actually quite all the way south. Yeah. Okay. 700 kilometers, 3,300 points. All right, that's a challenging one, maybe. I don't know. It's completely rural. The grass is short. We do have a bunch of trees, but only isolated trees in a row, 10 of them. We're on a trail road, so it's like this dirt road going straight. Okay. The sun seems to be pointing towards the north on my compass. I can't see the sun, but I can see the slight coloring in the sky, and it's clearly towards the north on the compass. And utility pole is T-shaped, but it's tough to see what it's made of. And it's completely flat otherwise. Like maybe completely flat. There's like a tint of hilliness, but it's nothing. It's like a tiny gradient. It's nothing at all. Completely flat otherwise.
Okay. Oof, man. I wonder if... Can you see what side of the road we're on at all, or you can't
right now I'm seeing that we're on the right-hand side of the road. So if we're driving, then we'd be driving on the right-hand side. But I have no idea if we're on the right-hand, if we're driving, or if we're seeing the back of the street view car.
Right. Okay.
And there are no signs whatsoever. It's completely rural. There's nothing. Not a single building. I can see a bunch of trees on one side, very far away in the distance. It's not a forest, like a small woody area. And on the other side of the road, it's again very flat and just like 10 trees in a row. That's it.
Okay. And you think we have the sun in the north?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Oh man, my mind goes to Uruguay here again.
I think that's a good hunch. Yes.
On a dirt track, you said?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's completely flat. Okay. It seems to be well maintained, but there's nothing. Like there's no paint. Obviously, there's no asphalt, no road sign. It's completely a dirt road.
Yeah, okay. Honestly, yeah, I think I like Uruguay the most.
All right. Where in Uruguay?
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay. It is Brazil, just next to the border with Uruguay.
Oh, wow.
Just next. Okay. We are literally one road away. So we're right now 286 kilometers. I think we were maybe 30 kilometers away from the border with Uruguay.
Wow.
So it's just to explain, right? When I say Brazil, like you may be shocked, like, hey, what the heck? But actually, you'd be fooled in thinking this could be Uruguay because it's only 30 kilometers, I would say, from the actual border. So still 4,285 points. In terms of distance, it's very good. It's the indeed correct geography, but it is Brazil. Very surprising.
Wow. All right.
And next round. We have a yellow continuous line in the middle with dashed yellow lines next to it.
Okay.
And the side of the roads are completely continuous and white. What can I tell you? It's completely, again, rural, completely flat. The sky's overcast. It's completely overcast. And pine trees on either side of the road, like continuous forest. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. I can't, unless you ask me some specific questions. I can see a utility pole on one side of the road, but I can't see what it's made of. It's just like one electricity line going through, or a phone line, I don't know what it is, going through it.
Okay.
And I cannot see anything else. The road is quite straight and bending towards the southwest in the distance. But it's the trees are not right next to the road. Like there's maybe like 5 meters, 10 meters separation. It's as if it was cleared. So the road is like very cleanly cut through the forest, and then there is a separation with the actual forest where there's nothing. Right? It's just like cut through.
I see. And then what kinds of trees would you say they are? Like
I think it's pine trees. I don't know, like the kind that you
pine trees.
Yeah.
Are they very, sort of skinny looking, or are they more wide? Like
yeah, quite skinny, I would say. Not super wide. darker green.
Okay.
And
then how far up do the branches go? Do they start pretty low down, or are they mostly?
That's
at the
a good
top?
question. They start. It's tough to. They start roughly from the level of the Street View camera, I would say.
Okay.
So probably, I guess in feet it would probably around be 6 feet. I guess about 2 meters. I think. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, they start about that level, and it probably goes all the way. So if I said this is 2 meters or 6 feet, the tree probably goes up to maybe 40 feet, maybe 15 meters. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite high. Not super high, but quite high, and it's quite dense also.
Yeah.
And the road
All
seems
right.
pretty
That's
good as
interesting.
well. It's like classic asphalt. Classic. It looks like asphalt. It's not concrete. It's asphalt, I think.
Okay.
Like this darkish color. It's not the gray color that you find in the Philippines or Thailand. Certainly not. Like it's.
And then any idea of the sun direction, or it's hard to say?
The sun is, I think, pointing towards the south on my compass.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's overcast, but I can see a distinct area which is very bright, and it's clearly towards the south on my compass.
And we have yellow central line.
Absolutely yellow central line plus dashed lines next to it, which are also yellow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder if it's ever the U.S. but more north, something like Minnesota, Wisconsin.
It could be
that type of area.
Yeah, that makes sense to me at the very least.
Or Canada or something.
It could be. It's very tough to say. I don't know what I can tell you so that it could help you one way or another.
Do we have any other plants, among the grass or anything, or just
no? It's
just
like,
kind of grass.
It's not even grass. I mean, it is, but it's like very. It seems very. I hesitate to say dry because it doesn't seem like a dry area, but it seems like dry grass, like yellowish, brownish, and almost inexistent in spot. I mean, maybe I don't see very well. It's it's like dark brown in some areas, and then it's like yellowish and light green.
Yeah.
It's not consistent. You can't see too much, and under the trees, I think there's nothing. I think it's just too dark for anything to grow.
I see. Yeah, man, it's tough. I want to say it's more north, U.S. or Canada somewhere, but yeah, beyond that, that's a tough call.
All right, Wisconsin, between Wisconsin and Minnesota. Anyway, we're not far from Canada.
Try maybe like northern Wisconsin.
Northern Wisconsin. Okay, let's go here. We have a forest. Here we go. We were just across the border, not far away. It was Canada.
Oh, okay.
But you're not far away, 622 kilometers. So we're just opposite. They're literally across the border. Yeah, you take the symmetry with a border between the US and Canada, and it's exactly the other side.
Wow.
3,500 points. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but as you know, the geography is huge. But it's literally across the border. Like you just go across the border, and that's it.
Wow. Okay.
So I think
honestly, I'm happy with that.
It's a pretty good guess, I should think. Yeah. Especially with you not seeing the screen. Let's remind ourselves you're not seeing anything. You're just going, based on what I'm saying. All right. The sun seems to be on towards the south on the compass. Completely white lines, continuous on the outside, and dashed lines in the middle. But it's weird. It's like one longish dashed line, and next to it there's a shorter one right in the middle of right next to it in the middle section, or it's like the middle part. We're driving on the right. I can see some sign in the very end. It's again rural. It looks like fields of something on either side, completely green, completely flat. You have in a distance, you see these huge high voltage lines, these metallic structures. I believe this is generation 3 camera because the sun is quite distinct. It's not like taking it's not generation 4 where it takes the entire space of the screen. And I think a village in the distance where the electricity line, the high voltage line is going towards, and there's also almost no trees, like just in the entire image. And it seems to be a very wide image. It seems that we have just barely any trees. Like we have a bunch of trees. Like it seems I probably like the winter time because I don't think I can see leaves, but it's too far away. But I think it's like winter time. And the road is very good otherwise. Seems in good condition.
All right. Can you see any of the buildings in the village, or is it a bit too far?
Way too far. It's impossible.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's probably like not a huge village. I cannot see any bollard either. So, oh, hang on. I see a yield sign, but it's on both sides of the road. That's strange. I just see it because I see a bollard, but it's like tiny, and then there's a yield sign on both sides, but very far away. Oh, no, hang on. I can then see a street sign with a roundabout on it, and it's on the right side of the road for sure.
Okay.
And that street sign, so it's a big sign, and it's white, and the roundabout is painted black on it. And but I can't see more than that. Like, I'm really straining my eyes to be able to see this. It's definitely on the right hand side, and definitely a sign of a roundabout on it indicated.
Okay. So that sign sounds maybe like it could be French, but I'm not sure where in France you would see, like, it's completely flat, you said?
Completely flat, no hills whatsoever. I think I see a very slight tint of blue for the Street View car.
Okay.
No antenna. And in that case, if we're driving on the right hand side, I'm seeing the back of the Street View car. So there's no antenna either. And it's slightly blue.
Interesting. All right.
France, to be honest, seems like a logical guess, but I'm not going to influence you one way or another since I have no clue. But indeed, the reason for your guess is logical to me, because as a Frenchman, I do recognize these road signs indeed. I think you also may have them in Spain, but I think your French guess is more consistent, more coherent here.
Okay, yeah, I'd say we can maybe go for France. I'm trying to think where you'd see just so flat. I guess just northwest-ish coast, sort of.
Northwest, next to where?
I'm trying to think where.
Rouen, Caen.
Yeah, I think Rouen sounds good.
Rouen, okay, I can go around Rouen. Okay, let's guess, and this is Denmark. Next to Copenhagen, not far away. We're 1,000 kilometers.
That makes more sense with the landscape, yeah.
Yeah, but I could be fooled. I could have seen this in France, or I was thinking Belgium or Luxembourg. Maybe not Luxembourg because it's too hilly, but I thought it could have been Belgium or the Netherlands actually. But it is Denmark here, Copenhagen. 2,000, almost 900 points, 2,900 points.
Okay.
Final round, round 5. We're driving on the right. We have a yellow line in the middle, continuous. It's very dry. We have these grasses which go, how would I say, 2 feet high, maybe 3 feet high, yellow grass. We have a street sign on the right-hand side which is yellow, diamond-shaped yellow sign. I cannot see the structure holding it, though. We have mountains on the right side and the left side, the ones that remind me of California, but I'm not trying to influence you that it's California. It's probably not. But very dry mountains. That's what I meant. And we have a couple of rundown or isolated buildings, or no, not buildings, but houses. Can't see if it's brick or wooden on the side of the road. And the road is completely flat where we are, but you can see the mountains and the plains on one side of the image, on the left side, and on the right hand side it's like dry bushes, almost no trees. We're driving on the right hand side, and we have one utility pole which I cannot see the structure, but I can see the shape of it. So it has, and I don't know if, maybe they're not all the same because I can't see the one in the distance. So it has like 2 T's. You know the bar of the T, the top, the horizontal bar? Yeah. So it's not at the top, it's not above it, but you have like 2 horizontal lines, 2 horizontal structures of the utility pole. Right, so it's like a double T, but the top T is not at the top, right? Sorry if I'm not very clear here. Maybe it's not even helping.
Right. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
And I think, but I cannot tell for certain, that the license plate is squarish. I cannot tell for sure. Again, I cannot zoom. The car is too far away. It's white and probably squarish.
Okay. And you said we have a continuous yellow line?
Correct. And I can see only one continuous. No, both of them are faded on the outside, and they're white, but they're completely faded.
Okay. So yeah, I think right now I'm thinking Mexico, sort of maybe Sonora, Chihuahua, one of those type of areas.
Chihuahua, yeah, Sonora, yeah, I think that makes sense. Should I go to
And-
Chihuahua, the actual city, next to it?
Yeah, sure.
And what do you
That
recommend?
sounds good.
Or should I quit?
Can you see like what direction the mountains are from us? Are
Yes, so the mountains are on the eastern side, but I can see some low-level mountains or hills on the western side as well.
Okay.
Or southwestern side, it's not very clear. Eastern side for sure for the mountains I was describing. Or, they're not huge mountains. Like the ridge seems quite, it's flat-ish. It's not like peaks and everything. Like there's no snow on top of it. It's completely dry, like brownish color in the distance.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I like that guess still up in Chihuahua.
All
I
right,
think that's-
Chihuahua, between Chihuahua and Sonora.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do this. And we are in Mexico, but we're actually a bit more south,
Okay.
next to Guadalajara. Not far away, between Guadalajara and the coast, actually. So we're 1,000 kilometers away, because Mexico is big, 2,700 points. Surprisingly, in the Google Map image, it looks very green in that area, but it's certainly not the impression I was having with the actual photo. Summary, it's almost 17,000 points. So actually, it's almost as good as moving, panning, and zooming. Previously, just a few hundred points below. So, yeah, pretty good.
Awesome. We'll take it.
All right. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed with your accuracy of your guesses. That's probably the amount of points I get when I can move and pan and zoom and no time limit, and I see the image.